There are good guys out there in this film. It was really beautiful to honor that too. And I don't want a movie to be man-hating, you know. There's still, it's like we wanted to offer up something that, you know, feels complex and nuanced and yeah. Hi, I'm Lily James and this is my life in love stories. It's so beautiful being an actor because you get to explore all these different roles you play and feel really intimate with, you know, other characters and other worlds and lives and experiences, and I always gain so much through that. What I did love about Cinderella too is that I think Kenneth Branagh did a really good job at didn't try too hard to like be something it's not. Like it's a very kind of a classic retelling, but we really wanted to add in this sort of like, you know, like how she jumps on a horse and she rides bareback. There's like a strength and a feral quality to her that feels like very a part of nature, and the importance of love, forgiveness, and authenticity. Like she's unafraid to be who she is and withstands great cruelty, but doesn't get tainted and tarnished and cynical. Like she's able to hold on to some sort of purity and goodness, and that feels to me pretty huge, you know, and important. And there was this added message that we did talk about a lot. That was like, she didn't need to be saved. If anything, she's saving the prince because he's completely lost and actually doesn't have the same conviction to actually follow through what he wants. He's being led by the kind of the father and what he should be doing and who he should marry. And I think Cinderella teaches him to to follow his heart and stand up for what he wants and be bold and yeah, you know, it's interesting is the reframing of all these fairy tales now, because you definitely don't want to teach young girls just to sit around waiting for a prince to come in and sweep them off their feet. So there was changes there that felt important to update it for a kind of modern audience and a kind of more inspirational, aspirational quality for kids.
What traits should a Prince Charming possess?
A Prince Charming, aka Richard Madden. They should respect you, and they should hear you and listen to you and love and look after you. All the things. I still sort of want someone to open a door for me, but also acknowledge and understand who I am, my ambition, my needs, and you know, I think that would be a Prince Charming for me. And you got to be funny.
How do you know that the slipper fits in a relationship?
Good question. How do you know? I love that idea, and I don't know yet how necessarily true it is of like when you know, you know. Maybe when you stop overthinking and when it feels natural and it feels easy, that's when you know. I also think that sometimes love can be mistaken for there's a sense that the chase and that kind of obsession, or you're going really fast, you think that's love, but I actually think love is when you can feel really safe and really secure and really peaceful with someone. And I think that changes through your life, you know, when you're younger and what you're looking for. Oh, I loved it so much. It was such a great experience. Obviously, having played Whitney and, you know, really explored what it was to be, you know, get in the mind frame of the woman that designed Bumble and the sort of positive impact of Bumble in terms of re-engineering outdated gender dynamics and putting women in the driver's seat. I find it so empowering and exciting and great that there's a woman in charge of these kinds of apps and moving the needle forward in a different way. She's an authentic, genuine, vulnerable, empathetic leader who was able to understand what women needed and wanted through very personal experiences that she herself had. And I think through this role and through our version of Whitney and our dramatization of this story, we really wanted to lean into this idea that those negative relationships or toxic work environments or bad breakups, whatever it is, that stuff's always going to happen, and it's how you move past it, what you do with it, and how you can actually channel it into something good. All these experiences make us who we are, and come out fighting, you know, and come out stronger for it. And I think it's always more important to like get yourself out of a toxic situation. It's just vital. It's very inspiring, truly inspiring. It's so funny because even though it's about dating apps, I mean, I think everyone's craving intimacy, and whether they're looking for that through an app or, you know, in person, it's so important to find connection. And whether that is in your love, romantically or amongst friends, like you need your tribe, you need your community, you need your people, and life can feel so isolating and lonely. So it's like, it just proves everyone we need to connect. You know, finding the right partner and having someone that supports you and is your cheerleader and looks out for you is so beautiful. And so I think there was a sense we wanted to honor that, even though it wasn't sort of the focus of the story, or nor could we give it the time to be a sort of key plot. Honestly, it was just amazing in Romeo and Juliet to sort of not conquer, but attack that kind of Shakespearean language. There was something so kind of sensual and beautiful about the poetry, and there's such romance and kind of, you know, beauty in those words, and how those words sort of feel in your mouth, and the sort of precision of these ideas and thoughts. So I don't know, but in terms of my Juliet, again, I just wanted her to feel feisty and alive, and I mean, as in like full of life. Well, I just love the idea of that instant true love. You know, I do think that can happen. I do think you can see someone and it can just change your life in a second. And I think, you know, Romeo and Juliet is that, really, is that earth-shattering love, literally shattering though. Wow, God, I remember reading that with Tolstoy, just going, how the hell does he know what it's like to be a 13-year-old girl? I mean, it's bonkers. Because he did, and I know sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want the male gaze and I don't want to be told, but I was like, my God, he knew. I think I related a lot to Natasha as being young, when I was younger, that uninhibited kind of lust for life, and I think it's really powerful. And I think naturally life, you end up sort of, lessons come and you kind of, you grow and you change, and love, it's easier to sort of fall madly in love when you're a teenager. I do feel so grateful that I've been able to play, I mean, Elizabeth Bennet, Natasha, there's been so many roles I've played with these great kind of literary heroines. And being able to pore over these beautiful words, like I was saying in Shakespeare, and even Rebecca, you know, to Daphne du Maurier, to like really, I would know exactly, I would know those books like the back of my hand. I mean, even War and Peace, I would pick it up and I could sort of find this section that was this part of the book. And I haven't done that in a long time. I would love to sort of dive into another book adaptation, actually, because there's just such a wealth of material to feed off, to feed your soul. It was just really fun, isn't it? And I remember it was like really cool in like a mainstream musical to have a young woman that's like exploring and having fun and sleeping with like all these different guys and like figuring it out, and it was done without judgment and in a kind of like, I guess it's under the guise of like 70s and Three Love and whatever, but it's cool that that's a female role. Usually that's the guy roles that get to do that, you know? So there was something that felt kind of empowered and fun and playful, like you said, about that, and silly. It's so silly. And and it was all done through song and singing and dancing, and yeah, it is amazing. I've loved all these different roles I played. They so become a part of you. It's sort of a bizarre job, and you have to be kind of pretty vulnerable, and there's this intimacy through, you know, acting with one another, and even, you know, with the crew, and you become like it's like your, yeah, it's your whole world for a period of time. So yeah.
Lily, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.